On COX News tonight, we follow up with the developing situation on Evron and now Kolgiev. Most notably, local resistance has taken back control of Kamensk, the city hit hardest during the invasion. After hours of interviews and questionable travel arrangements, our reporter was able to meet with and attach to the very group of fighters responsible for securing Kamensk and the operations it took to do so, some of which were discussed unknowingly in our last segment, as well as some of the footage you're seeing now. This resistance has been identified as part of the FIA, the same group that has been and is fighting on Evron. In fact, our reporter learned that most of the fighters here come from the liberated areas of Evron and have a great deal of experience, and it is evident with the way that they carry out their operations and even simply how they handle the equipment that they come across, including, but not limited to, BMPs, BTRs, T-72 main battle tanks, and most obviously seized Russian weapons, such as TB-14 mortar systems, rocket launchers, and heavy machine guns. A reporter had the privilege of spending 3 days with the local fighting cell on the island. On day one, the men's objective was simple: a village and a small military site just outside of that village. Our reporter rode in a van with a single squad of men tasked with assaulting the village, and after they fought through the village, they were expected to move on to the military site and join up with the second team there. Reloading their magazines in the van ride to the military site after the assault on the village, the men seemingly had no time for rest between assaults. In an attempt to gain the trust of the local fighters, our reporter got arguably too close to the fighting, but did gain some fantastic footage of these men in action. The objective was completed, and the squad returned home with no casualties. The second day started off simple and seemingly safe. Occupying a recon position, a reporter was attached to a two-man team tasked with counting vehicles and troops coming in and out of a specific location that they plan to attack in the coming months. After seeing a plethora of Russian vehicles and troops, we were invited to a position on the front line that these men tasked with occupying, they're not executing missions. It took almost no time at all for this position to be attacked on multiple fronts, and all positions were under fire. Again, giving our reporter a chance to get some questionable but good footage. After nightfall, we were taken to a location closer to the south end of the island, and shown 2 more vehicles that the fighters have seized in recent battles. It was here we learned the objective for the 3rd day, a full-scale assault on the airfield. The main objective being the destruction of 2 heavy helicopters that were being used in QRFs and air support missions on the island. FIA wanted to destroy these so that they would have at least some time to operate in the south end of the island without having to worry about heavy bombardment from Russian helicopters. Thanks to the cooperation of the FIA, we were able to get several cameras set up in different locations, even on the lens of the rocket truck, to get multiple angles of this attack, which was ultimately successful. At this rate, direct Western involvement may not be needed. The people of Evron and Kolgiev are worried that the Soviets may have some dirty tricks up their sleeves. So, negotiations don't seem likely. Now, a new question is raised. How long can the citizens take this before they give in? Massive amounts of people have been displaced, and I'm sure want nothing more than to go home. Or, in some cases, whatever's left of it.